giving them a discount code so that they can actually come to my debate. Very good. Thank you guys for joining. This is special discount code. You can get into my debate for $37 tonight. All right, we have 5 more minutes and we'll be starting. Over on YouTube, the name of the podcast is Many Love. Hi everybody. I'm excited to go live on TikTok. I never ever have gone live on TikTok. And I always like to talk to people about polyamory. But see, what I'm going to do is I want to talk to couples who are trying poly. Because y'all need support. That's it. If you're watching me on YouTube, I'm live on TikTok. Yes. You need support. That's what we offer here at Progressive Love Academy. We don't want y'all, you know,
crashing out.
Crashing out.
No more crash out.
We don't want poly crash out. Thank you all so much for joining and watching. Oh, thank you. Okay. I think we're all set up. We have 4 minutes and counting. We have 3 minutes and counting until we're over there.
My patience up with your basic fuck. Back it up, y'all don't really want it. Pack a blunt and then feel excited. Watch the sunset and kill the coming.
Yeah, feel me on it, swear I got this, ain't no stopping here, I promise, man, I promise. A lot of times I try to block you with that nonsense, we gon' fill up dirty pockets, said it's too cold, that's why I move slow, and no you don't know it. I'm scatterbrained, walking around in my graduation with saturated vision, cool your aggravated bitch, and gon' make your life worth living. F to the E to the L, stop tripping. Peace to the ones who hang at my feet. You coattail chasing, 2273, the ones on my team. Coast to coast invasion. When I get home, they all come along. Wanna go roll one up with my baby. Cause Vegas was too shaded. And
Alright, are we ready?
Crazy with my hands.
We got T-minus.
Never had one problem. Been on that cheese like olives. Tryna piece from college. Know that money's not what I need. Still I go cop it like I ain't got it. Then I go split it up with my team.
Yeah, sure. Share. You can share my live. That's cool.
Fell me on it. Swear I got this. Ain't no stopping here.
Hey, Eric Allen. Hey, the rebirth of wisdom.
Try to block you with that nonsense. We gon' feel our dirty
Hey,
pockets.
Bliss and Blessing. What's up?
Yeah.
Thank you for watching.
Dirty pocket. Money's not what I need. Yeah, dirty money's not what I need.
Hey, what's going on?
Money's not what
Oh,
I
I
need.
have a fan club. Thank you. Oh, how did I get a fan club? I don't even know. Thank you for giving me a fan club and for becoming members of my fan club. What a wonderful night this is. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. All right, thank you so much for joining us. We are at week number 4. This is the Many Loves Podcast, y'all. Thank you for tuning in. I'm here with my, of course, handsome, powerful, special guest and co-host, Occur. He is in Charlotte, North Carolina. He is the ultimate boyfriend. And I've been actually with him for several years. They want to see you on TikTok, Occur. They want to see you. I've been with Occur. He is one of my partners since 2011. So that is 13 years. I always tell people that polyamory is long-term committed relationships. It's long-term and committed, right?
Absolutely.
Have you ever felt that there was a time where you could not call on me? You couldn't talk to me. You couldn't tell me. You couldn't be a part of my life. Is there ever a time I put you out, kicked you out, said, I don't want to see you no more. Don't call me no more. You blocked. Have I ever done that to you?
Never, ever. Never, ever. Never, ever.
That's polyamory. That's polyamory. And the reason I'm introducing you so good this week is because my husband was here last week, my other husband, and I didn't introduce either of you. And I think newcomers to our show need to understand that Many Loves is the name of this podcast because I interview my husbands, my boyfriends, my partners, my long-term committed boo things. So I consider you special. You special to me, Occur.
You was definitely special to me as well. We have so much of a kindred spirit. Oftentimes I look at you and I'm like, the energy you carry, like we scare the shit out of people, and without even trying, and I really appreciate that, and it's just from being authentic. I feel that's something that a power that I see in you. There was some times where my vision might have been a little cloudy.
Really? What happened? Tell me what happened during those times. I don't know. You didn't never tell me.
Well, it was a few times some things took place or whatever. Like sometimes, like they got a term. They got a term. Well, it's not even that. It was just times where the communication might have been off. Where I might have not really understood where you was coming from. Yeah. There was times where I feel like we had some blockages in on my end too, specifically on my end. There was times where but there was never no time where I ever felt like we couldn't talk or we couldn't connect or anything like that. It was like shit that I was dealing with that I just felt like, man, I'll deal with it later. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, I don't kick any of my men to the curb. Never have. I will never break up with any of my men. I don't break up with any women. I don't break up with my children. I don't break up with my parents. I have no need to do that. Why? Why do you think I don't do that, Occur? I mean, give it your best guess. I know that would be a guess.
Well, I feel like for one, when you love somebody, like there's not no on and off switch. So, when you love somebody, a lot of people look at love like it's supposed to be this perfect thing. And they don't realize that love comes with a lot of shit, And so it's being able to recognize that and understand that as you go through life, there's going to be changes, there's going to be ebbs and flows. And what real love is to me is that being able to have an open heart, being able to have a forgiving heart, even if somebody wronged you, you could really have true forgiveness for that person. Now, that don't mean all the time you got to let them back in all the way.
No.
But, it's having boundaries and at least forgiving them enough where you're not damaging yourself and allowing that person to heal, to deal with their own shit and to heal and grow from the situation that whatever occurred. So
he said, forgive them enough so you're not damaging yourself. And it's so easy to do when I know the purpose of my life is growth. Everything I went through with the narcissist is about growth. Everything I went through with the toxic individual is about my growth. I attracted them because I needed to see a reflection of myself. I needed to pick up my self-worth. I needed to have some form of initiation.
It's called
Baby.
accountability. It's called
Baby.
accountability.
And
And we're
so,
gonna
yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I'm
ahead.
glad tonight I get to interview you. It's a lot of questions we got to go through. I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna have enough time because you have so much stories and experiences, such as myself. I can't compare. I'm not saying I'm comparing, but you know, on my poly journey, I have connected with women that if I call them today, when I call them, it's always love. The love is always present, no matter what women I was with or whatever the case may be. It's
Yeah.
always love. So I appreciate that. It's only a few women I can say that about, though. Most of the other ones, not so much.
Well, the big deal here is that we are at episode 4. The podcast is called Many Loves. If you're watching on TikTok, please jump over to YouTube if you want to. It's called Many Loves. And tonight, the topic is polyamory demystified. We're talking about fantasy and fear. People are afraid of polyamory. People been afraid of me for 20 years, and that's cool. I have 100,000 followers on Instagram. I would have 1 million if I wasn't talking about polyamory, baby, because people want to stay away. I remember no celebrity wanted to comment on my shit. I remember, you know what I'm saying? Because all celebrities know. Of course, I have a television series, but I remember that nobody wanted to touch it with a 10-foot pole because they were afraid to be connected to the word polyamory. Okay. Today I saw Shambooty. She was talking about, oh yeah, we're in an open relationship. I said, Shambooty, I never seen you with no other nigga. Where's your other dudes? You're talking like you have open relationships. Where's the men? I've been up front and out there with my men for 20 years and with polyamory and as an advocate for freedom for women.
Yeah.
Not just sexual freedom, but autonomy. So we're gonna demystify that fear tonight. Occur. Were you ever scared? Were you ever scared of this occur?
Hell yeah. Like,
what's the fear?
The unknown, you know, it's like when you really open yourself up to, like, it take a lot to really open yourself up to a person fully.
Yes.
Like for them to see like how you really can get down. And sometimes I scare myself, you know, like because I know sometimes like I could be in a place and like I'm just a lover, so like I ain't leaving no stone untouched. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm unturning all the stones. So that might scare the fuck out of a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Because I can connect with people in a heartfelt way, in a loving way. I don't even have to put no. I don't got to pull my dick out. I can love them with a conversation or just a hug or just to touch and agree with them on something they might be dealing with. So for me, it's like all these different levels of how you can really touch somebody.
Yeah.
And then, so yeah, it's definitely was scary. I had some scary some shit.
It's scary because you're saying it's scary because you love so hard. You're a Cancer man. Occur does not come to my house without his massage wand. He's not coming over the motherfucking crib unless he have his full gear of what he's about to do.
Gotta bring my kit.
He's about to lay me down. He got some oil already. He's got everything lined up. It's nothing that occur. I say, Occur, what else you have in your bag? Like, what's in this bag?
I'm a witch doctor, man. What can I say? You got to keep all your tools. What happened to the sound, dear? There you go.
Okay, he has put my feet in water. He said, okay, you're not doing nothing today. Sit down, put your feet in this water, rubbing my back. I'm telling you, y'all are wondering how I choose my poly partners. Like why I would choose a certain partner. I choose men who's present and who's awake, who's an actual human. You understand? I try to. Now, sometimes I do get a narc. You know, narcissists are not human. But that's okay, because I deal with the forces of the underworld. I deal with the dark powers now. Come on, in my lair.
You
Let's
can't have the
heal.
light without the dark. You gotta be able to operate on both realms. That's the thing with life, you know, and with love. Like people don't want to. They want the light. They don't want the dark, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
And we got to be
yes,
able to operate when the shit get dark, when the lights go out. You know,
yes,
everybody's
sir.
getting ready for the winter storm. You know, and making sure they got candles. But you need to have some candles in your relationship.
That's
But when those
right.
times when you know, those times when candles. When you speaking of which, when those times when you can't see your way through. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because there was a lot of times in my journey where I did I didn't have the answers. I just had to go with it because I was going off of experience. Hit, you know what I'm saying? Trial and error. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So with this, you know, this conversation, hopefully tonight we'll be able to curb a lot of the things that you know, so we can get straight to business.
Yes.
You know.
So polyamory demystified. We're gonna separate what people imagine polyamory is from what does polyamory actually require. Okay? Because people imagine it's sex. I think people really imagine that polyamory means you can just go have sex as like a wild animal. Is that
No.
what people think? Yeah, I think
A
people think
lot of people do. A lot of people do.
that.
Like a lot of people just they don't get it. Like you know they think that that's what it is. Like you know I could look at our relationship. Like a lot of people they see us together, and they figure like, damn, they must be getting a lot of. They must be putting in some work. But we put in work in other ways. Like we don't have to have intercourse, and that's
Oh,
and
well, we
that's the
haven't had
thing,
sex in many years,
right? So
but we've been built. The thing is this: the relationship was never based on sex.
right.
None of my relationships, unless it's with a womb choice, is based on sex. To me,
Mhm.
you were always my crown choice. You could keep up mentally. You could keep up with me spiritually. You burning candles. You're into the metaphysics, the arts, the healing, the tantric sex. That's crown choice. So, a womb choice may never know what that means.
No, that's true.
So
Everybody
anyway,
serve a purpose.
yeah, and I can't wait to for our scenario because crown we get into that when it's time and space to do that. So I'm excited about that next opportunity that we Oh shit, I don't want to get you in trouble. Wait, I keep getting you in trouble on this podcast. If
It is
somebody
what it
watching, they're
is.
gonna, huh?
Hey, listen, I'm just gonna. This is what it is. This a poly life, man. You know, I don't put all the women that I deal with out into the world. You know, I've learned to keep certain things where they need to be. And right now, I'm in a single. I don't have a primary partner in my life, so you know, I have women that are in my life, then we sow into each other in different ways. So, you know, everybody knows about you that I'm dealing with for the most part. So, you know, if that happened, then it's going to be a very good chance of that. So, it's like get over it because like I'm not trying to stop nobody from what they doing. So I tell everybody, man, y'all get you some business, work on you, focus on what you bring you happy because I can't be there every day for you. I can't,
Right.
you
And I
know.
don't think really any human can be there every day for one other human. I think
Mhm.
humans need community. So let's get the core focus areas and then you can ask me some questions because yes, I have been poly for 20 years. And we're not in a sex-based polyamory. We're in a freedom-based polyamory. Some people say, "Ooh, people using polyamory as a code word to get some sex." And maybe some men are doing that. I don't know. Maybe some women is doing that. But
For the
we're
record, go ahead. Go ahead. I want to put that on the record, but go ahead.
I'm
I'm sorry.
polyamorous because I want freedom as
Mhm.
well as commitment. I
Mhm.
believe freedom and commitment go hand in hand. They sister and brother.
Mhm.
Can you imagine commitment with no freedom?
Man, it's times where I have did that when I didn't know no better. It's times where I realized like I was in that state of mind. I wasn't always in a poly state of mind.
Right.
I came up in the church. I had a traditional marriage. I didn't have my kids out of wedlock. I only got one baby mom. And I've been married most of my adult life. So for me, like that was like no,
You have one baby's mom for how many children?
two.
Okay, so you got 2 boys.
2 sons, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And so where's your baby's mom now?
She's in Michigan.
Is she somebody who didn't want to accept or add freedom to the relationship?
I will say this, ironically, at the end of our relationship, when I decided that I needed to move forward, she agreed to allow me to see other women.
Oh.
But it was just that the toxicity of the shit that she was bringing forth at the time, I value my sanity more than the fact of just going out and being with other women, because I knew I was gonna have to come home to some. I didn't know what I might come home to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, with her, given on however she was feeling that particular day.
Oh.
But even after the time, like, it's been shit. Our kids are like 30 some years old. Like my oldest stepson, I've raised him since 7 months old. He's
Mm-hmm.
getting ready to be 33. And here
Okay.
it is all these years later. We went through so much shit together, like hell, like many times, like me blocking her and just going back and forth, a lot of crazy. It's been a lot of growth.
But you guys didn't have a communication system. That's one big piece. Like, can you
Yeah,
imagine if y'all had up level?
yeah, it would have been definitely it would have saved a lot of headaches, heartaches, tears, and pain, I would say. On both
There's
on both
nobody.
sides.
There's nobody who's gonna put their penis in me and they don't know up level. That's it. I'm done with that. I mean, I cannot imagine ever again being with somebody like you're saying, all that phone tag arguing
Nah.
on the phone, like back and forth, calling somebody 50 times, and like I may be too old,
Mhm. Maybe I mean we have grown, you know what I'm saying? We're not the same people we was 20, 30 years ago. So yeah, clearly I'm not entertaining arguments and things like that. Now I can see a lot of stuff in advance. So I
Yeah.
can deal with it, you know what I'm saying, in a peaceful way. We ain't got to get into all of that.
Yeah. So sex-based polyamory versus freedom-based. Freedom-based means I want to add freedom to my commitments because I don't want commitment without freedom, but I also don't want freedom without commitment. I don't want freedom without commitment. Some people, I just want to be free. I don't want nobody. I'm celibate. I can't. No. I need connections to other humans. I want those connections to be stable, long-term, and committed. All of them. With my children, stable, long-term, and committed. With my parents, stable, long-term, and committed. With my partners, my male friends, my female friends, my boyfriends, my husbands. That's what I want. Freedom and commitment. Okay, so that's the type of polyamory we practice here. All right, why most people fail, quote unquote, at polyamory? It's
I'm
not.
supposed
Go ahead. Yeah, you
I
can. You
thought
can
I'm
ask
supposed to be
me.
asking you some questions now. But
Sure,
go ahead.
ask me.
Finish,
Yeah.
finish, finish, finish.
No, you can. Let's stay right there. Shit, freedom and commitment.
Yeah,
Ask
so
me.
tonight, since I got the mic, I want you to tell the people out there, what is the difference between love-based polyamory versus sovereignty-based polyamory? I think we touched on a little bit in the
Yep.
beginning, but you
Yep.
can elaborate on that. And then I want you to go into why you think most people fail at poly, and why is that failure is immoral.
Okay.
It's more structural, based on programming.
Yeah, I
So
don't think anybody fails at any relationship. Even if you got a divorce, that does not mean you failed. Even if you got something happen to you, it doesn't mean you failed. We have been polyamory for 20 years. My husband has had whole women living in the house. I've had whole men living in the house. And now those people may not be with him anymore. They may not be with me anymore. That does not mean you failed. But why a lot of people don't last in relationships doesn't make you a failure, but why they don't last is they don't have a structure. There's no actual foundation for the relationship. When I say foundation, do you have a creed, a constitution, a communication system, a collaboration system? How do y'all make decisions together? That's how you collab. That's how you collab. When you do a collab as an influencer, I've done collabs. I have a collab with Rent the Runway. Guess what they gave me? A contract. Do you have a contract about your
Terms
collaboration?
and conditions.
Thank
yes.
you.
Terms and conditions. I think we need that in every type of relationship, especially in a poly relationship. Because there was a lot of times I could realize when I look back, it was a lot of lust-based polyamory going on. Because I was putting this some dick out there in the world. And I was learning myself and allowing myself to be free. Because I never allowed myself that freedom most of the time. I was I was in long-term relationships before I actually started this journey when I met you. Or right before I met you. But really, yeah, once we met, that was my introduction and all of that initiation, all of that good stuff, all of them in one.
Yes.
So yeah, and I've been growing in it ever since. I feel like now that I'm 3 years out of my third marriage, and she's still around. We still do family things together and everything.
Good.
I think she's getting ready to get remarried, and so I'm happy for her and her new mate, new man, and everything. And me right now. I'm just allowing myself time to grow and heal and be free.
Yes.
Yeah, I just allow myself the freedom right now. I'm not. I don't want to. I don't want to. You always have terms and conditions with the people you're dealing with, but I don't want to be in no confined space at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, when I say that, that all, like what you're saying is all the relationships have terms and conditions, and whether you say them or not, whether you write them or not. I've been with men who say, "I don't want no contract," but it's still already there.
Right.
Some men are like, "I just want you to love me. Like, don't even. It's nothing. We're not." There's an exchange in every relationship. And that contract that I have with my partners talks about what those exchanges are going to be. We are just real about the shit. Okay. And a lot of men are like, well, I don't want an exchange because they're thinking money. I have all types of exchanges with my partners. It's not always money, but there is always an exchange. And so that's what the contracts talk about.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell a little quick story. I have a friend of mine that's been single for couple years. She's been dating off and on. And she was telling me she wants to have a man in a one-on-one relationship. But she said that he could be free at the same time, but she's mono. So I said, well, does that mean he can go be with somebody else if he's free, right? And she says no. And I said, well, what kind of freedom is that? Because that's not free if he can't go be and choose to put his time and energy someplace else.
No.
So I don't understand, like, how can you be free, but yet you're confined to just you as in this relationship and, to death do you part. And so I'm like, that's not really freedom. But I think a lot of times, people put their own definition of terms and conditions. So, that's the beauty of poly life. You have the right to orchestrate your situation. However, long as hopefully it's a win-win situation and everybody, is uncomfortable with the place that they in.
Right. Right. A good question. And I really teach men how to ask questions. Let me do a vent real quick. We almost at the half hour. Where's my bells?
I got some more questions too. I got a few more
Time
questions.
for me to do a vent. I need to do a vent.
Well, how may I support you?
Nobody's doing anything wrong, but Kurt, would you be willing to hold space for my vent?
Yes.
Good. I'm at a level 5. It's not really that huge. This is my ego speaking and my animal. I'm at a level 5. So my vent is silly. I mean, I just feel like men and boys in this culture don't learn how to ask questions. I told my son, I said, curiosity is going to get you far if you're dating. My son's 22. But I know grown ass motherfucking men, 55, 60, don't know how to ask questions on a date or don't even care, like their friend. Maybe their friend's wife is sick. I don't even hear them say, well, what's wrong with your wife? Well, how long has she been sick? They're just like, oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. That's it.
Yeah.
Do y'all know how to have a conversation.
I think
But
a
it,
lot of this is doing. I
wait,
think a
this is
lot of
my
this
vent.
is.
This is my vent.
Oh, you're right.
For those watching, I'm going to show you because I told them on TikTok that I'm about to start a show where they can come and vent on the show.
I love
I
that.
want couples to be able to just come vent because
I
they need a
love it.
place. Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
love it.
Yeah, yeah. So, anyways, for those watching, I'll show you that when you vent, here are the steps. This is up level venting. So everybody can see that we have a system. I just asked Occur, could I vent? Could he hold space for my ego? I set up a container. I told him my number was 5 and I did my vent.
Mhm.
Now he's going to say, thank you for sharing. How can he support me? Go ahead.
Yes, thank you for sharing. How can I support you?
Thank you.
And you also got to listen when a person's doing an event. Don't do what I just did and cut them off.
That's okay. You're learning to listen for listening's sake instead of to respond.
Yes,
Yeah.
it definitely, most definitely.
Okay. So what I need is could you repeat back what you hear me saying?
I really feel like you're disappointed in men who don't take the time out to ask pertinent questions so that they can learn their partner, and engage with their partner on a deeper level. That's what I get in a nutshell.
Thank you for sharing.
Yes.
You're
You're
going to
welcome.
ask if that supports me at all?
Does that support you at all?
Yeah, that supports me. That takes me down to about a level 3.
And so how else might I support you?
Can I ask you an open-ended question?
Absolutely.
Why am I crazy? Like, why don't men, where did we drop the ball? Like, as a mother of boy children, like, why don't men know how to have a conversation or ask questions? They may know how to have a conversation about themselves, but why don't they know how to ask questions about the other person?
Mm. Well, let's take this back to childhood.
Mm-hmm.
Typically, the people that's around you, they're not asking you deep questions. They
Mm-hmm.
telling you what to do. You're being told what to do most of the time in your life.
Mm.
A lot of times you won't hear you'll find that if you speak to a child as if they're intelligent,
Mm-hmm.
those children typically grow to be intelligent because
Mm.
how you speak to them, you make their minds think, you engage them in a way that opens them up to creative communication, and you make them think versus just telling them what to do, you know, and being like a robotic in a sense, very surface level. And I think with the advent of, video games, people aren't really used to interacting with each other anymore on a face to face level. Usually, it's like we're not getting that. We locked up, we cooped up in our homes, working from home. We're not really getting out and interacting with people. So social
Mhm.
media, I think, is another thing that really distracts us, and really, like, it's just like even with music now. We went to a concert last week. There was a great artist. I'm not dissing them. I'm not dissing them, but every song with down there was like sex, straight sex. Like they did, it's like straight to it. So that it's like when you first meet somebody to the goal, you know what I'm saying? When you
Yeah.
do finally connect with that person, it's like everybody skipping the game, they just getting straight. You know what I'm saying? It's like fuck the halftime show. Let's get straight to it. You know what I'm saying? We'll
Mm.
talk about it later. Because we've been so microwave. We in this microwave society, so it's like nobody's really, going really in depth. Nobody's really taking the time to read and study because we got so much information coming at us at all times.
Okay.
So I think that's been a breakdown in just how we were when before there was cell phones, when you didn't have no choice. You know what I'm saying? When you had to write the girl a love, write her a love letter. You know what I'm saying? Because you might not even be able to call her house because her parents might not, let her talk to boys. So it's like you had to come up with more creative ways to get to know that person. Now it's just like everybody, they figure because they see you on Instagram, they see your posts, they think they know you from the shit that you post. And it's like people are so much different a lot of times than what you see them post online than with how they actually are every day. So I think those things play a huge factor of why the breakdown is. and like we just get straight, like we've been programmed to just get straight to it, fuck the small talk type, type of
Thank
energy.
you. Thank
Yeah.
you for sharing. Thank you for sharing that.
Well, how's that support you? You are where
Thank
you at right now.
you. You remember. I was like, is he going to remember to ask me? Does that support
Yes.
me at all? That's very supportive. I'm down to a level 2.
Okay. Well, however, how else may I support you?
Could you do a simulation of really, like, you're sitting here talking to the great grandmother of polyamory in the Black community. The
Mhm.
subject of the show is demystifying polyamory. Could you think of, like, I mean, you know that I've had hundreds of partners. My husband has had hundreds. We raised children in this. So I want you to simulate asking me questions about my personal experiences with polyamory that might be, like, ask me 5 of them. You can start
All right.
right now. Like, just
All right, I got one because
okay.
this comes up a lot. I
Okay.
noticed that a lot of women that I've run across in my life, they may claim that they are mono, but there's one woman, one man.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but they've dated multiple men. And usually the guys who they are attracting are poly.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think? Why do you think that is? Why do women have such a hard time sharing men that they seem to all be attracted to the same like men? And why is there so why are they like this? Why is there so much competition and just like more not so much collaboration when it comes to the fact of knowing that there's a lot more women here than it is men. So like why are they so reluctant to accept the fact that they might not be the only one, or
Women are very pissed off and upset, and they're fucked up because they're not free. You cannot put somebody in jail and be like, y'all just be happy in jail. We're going to run out here and do what the fuck we want to do, and y'all just be happy in jail. No one's going to do that. They're going to be catty in that jail. They're going to be, and then, okay, y'all, it's like y'all put the women in the jail. This is patriarchy, not you personally. Patriarchy put women in a jail and then said the only way you can get out of jail is one of these men come get you out. And then they're going to take you outside of your cell, but you're still in jail and they're still free. That's what it is. That's what it is. Y'all are like, why are women so catty? They don't want us doing this. They don't want us doing that. Because they're not free. Burn the jail. Let women choose the men that they want, whenever they want, whoever they want, with no shame, no 304, no whore, no slut, no negative words, where you still respect and love them as willing to protect and do all the other shit that men do for a queen. When you treat every woman as this type of queen, then she's going to be a wife to every one of you men. And she's not going to have no problem with y'all taking care of all the women, because none of them will be in jail. Right now, y'all expecting women to be, let us be free. Aren't you poly? Stop tripping. Women will never stop tripping until the last vestige of shame and ignorance and blatant misogyny and blatant sexism and nastiness is gone. You will never be free from her tyranny. Never, until she is. That's why.
why haven't more women seen come to this reality?
Because they don't understand. They're trying to play into the patriarchy. They're trying to be a good girl. They're trying to get that one man. They're trying to set up their house and have kids and have a normal life with the white picket fence. And they're trying to do what y'all say do. And they don't have time to think outside the box. See, I got married. I had a man. I had the white picket fence. I was a stay-at-home mother for 13 years. I had time to get my head out the matrix. I was set up. I did the dream. I wasn't trying to get it. So it wasn't like I had time to think. And I experienced the dream and I said, this is not it. But if I had never had it, I wouldn't be here.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Right.
These are such good questions. You're making me wet. Oh, you're curious. You're digging in. You have number 3 question.
Number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that women are lying when they say they only want to be with one person?
Yes, and it's not a lie because they're just trying to lie. It's a lie because they've never experienced freedom. Again, they don't know what they want. All they know is what they're supposed to want. I said that too. And my mother says that all the time because she's like, well, I don't want that. Your dad wants that. Guys, because he's nasty. It's like...
That's the word they love to use. It's nasty.
It's nasty.
It's nasty.
And they're self-righteous because they know that they're not allowed to do it. So of course they're going to say, you nasty. And I don't want that. I'm a good girl like they told me to be. That's it.
Well, why is sex, where do you think? Why do people, like, as much as we love sex, none of us would be here without sex. Why has sex got such a bad rap in our community when it comes to that nasty word? And, I ain't trying to share it. It's like
epigenetics. You have to understand that whether we came from Africa or whether we were already Native Americans here, we have been through 40 generations of sexual tyranny. Tyranny. When you're talking about your baby could be cut out your womb, when you're talking about the brown paper bag test, the fantasy girl balls, where if you were a mulatto, now you could be sold not just as a slave, but a sex slave. Now you're talking about Jezebels, you're talking about men who were violated, you're talking about men, this is one of my father's past lifetimes, but men who were put out in the woods because a white woman put him out there and said, you're going to be my sexual slave. White women, and black men, black women and white men. It's just tyranny. Children having 13 and 20 kids. Black women being utilized. This is tyranny. Like, nobody understands that. Epigenetics. Sexuality was no longer natural. Sacred, powerful, beautiful. That's what we do at Progressive Love Academy. We restore that. And so people, like, when somebody's talking about sex on the outside, like, oh, you got a train is being run on you. I'm like, this person has no idea what sex is. Pornography doesn't show what sex is.
No. Not for real.
So that's why. It's because we forgot what sex was because of 40 generations of tyranny. But we are remembering prayerfully. Right?
Do you think that where do you think the state of, when it comes to, in our community, the state of the male and female situation, do you think it will continue down the path it's on of separation and a lot of trauma? Or do you feel like one day we'll get it together?
No. I think we got it together already. I think that people who are saying the matriarchy is returning, it's not. Please hear me. The matriarchy, we did that. Y'all have to understand, we are source code. Source code wants to have every experience. Every, EVERY. So we've had the matriarchal experience. Now we've had the patriarchal experience. Now the next experience is something new. I call it panarchy. Panarchy is when every human realizes that they are both the man and the woman and the androgynous non-thing. And we live as that. Matriarchy, let me tell you, under matriarchy, men were in their feminine. Why do I say this? They were using the magic. They were using the spell work.
That's why they wear robes. They wear robes. They wear wigs.
They were using the flutes, magical instruments. That's feminine.
All of that. When you know, old churches and courthouses,
Yeah.
that carpet was usually purple or red, and that represents the menstrual blood. But people don't know that because they don't study esoteric. They don't study
Men
the occult, but
men
it's
knew
right there
the
in our face.
Yes, men knew the occult under matriarchy. That's why it was called matriarchy, because all humans were matri and into the matrix and knew the knowledge of using that. Now patriarchy is all humans. Y'all like women are masculine. We're under patriarchy. All humans are going to be left brain focused. Duh. Now, if we go to panarchy, that's a new thing where all humans learn to integrate masculine, feminine, left brain, right brain, corpus callosum. Same thing I've been saying for the past 20 years. That's where we're headed. It's no stopping it. There's no way we can fail at it. It's a natural progression to the next thing. Does it make sense?
All right, I got another question for you. This come off our notes. How polyamory exposes emotional maturity rather than fixing it? How does it expose it?
Oh, how does polyamory expose emotional immaturity?
Yeah, rather than fixing it.
Oh, yeah. I don't know why people think polyamory could fix anything. I mean, polyamory is not here to fix anything. It exposes whether you have emotional intelligence or not. And if you're not willing to learn emotional intelligence, then just don't be poly. Stay to the mono side, because here you have to have it. It exposes it because your woman's going to be upset. Occur, you know that she's going to be pissed. And for me, and your man's going to be pissed. What are you going to motherfucking do?
Yeah.
Are you going to be one of those people who's like, why are you always complaining? Or those women who say, I'm not doing it. My husband doesn't want to hear it. My husband's always saying no to poly. He's so scared. He's so this. Then you're not ready for poly. You're exposing yourself. Emotional intelligence.
She ain't ready, so she put it off on her husband. When instead of taking her own authority and exercising.
Emotional intelligence means I can understand and empathize with you. If my husband says, I mention poly and he gets scared, well, thank you for sharing. How can I support you? I hear you. I understand that fear. I've been afraid before. Let's lay together. Come here. Let's talk to me. What are your fears, baby? Come on. Emotional intelligence. If your woman is upset, you got that bitch. I hear you. How can I support you? I don't want you to feel like that. Let me help you.
That definitely. That leads to my next. That leads to but that's compersion. That's really operating from a godly way of love. I think we operate from a manly state. Like God ain't gonna tell you no. He gonna say go. Whereas a man gonna put term, he gonna like, hey, don't go over there. God gonna say, go ahead and go. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Go ahead and do that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't stopping you. Go ahead and experience that. It might teach you, it might give you a lesson you may need to learn.
Let's talk about that, Occur. A lesson you need to learn based on experience. This is where the Christian church separate from emotional intelligence. The Christian church say don't follow your desires. If you don't follow your desires, you're not going to create your path of growth.
Yeah.
So this is where I'm trying to say that emotional intelligence will tell you what a desire is. A desire is a thing that leads you on a journey that will grow you. That's what a desire is.
Yes.
So all of these things are, yes. The question you asked me was good, baby. I'm down. You have soothed me. This was supposed to be soothings.
Good. I like to soothe. Well, I got some more questions. I got a few more questions so we can get through our timeline.
Okay.
We got a few more minutes left.
Okay.
So you good? You down to a 0 now?
I'm just about down to a 0. Can you tell me?
All right.
I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me why there are 50 men registered for our debate next Friday night and 7 men?
Wait a minute. You said 50 women?
Yes, and 7 men.
Again, there goes to the numbers again. It's always going to be more women than men that are open. I think a lot of men are reluctant because they don't want to expose their shit. They ain't ready to expose their shit. So the women are like, fuck this, man. What we got to lose? So I think the women are more open to it. You got a lot more single women than you do men, I would say. And so I would say that naturally it's going to be more women that's going to want to have these type of conversations. And it's going to take a special kind of dude to get up here and have these conversations and be open about what they really truly desire. You know what I'm saying? I
Okay.
had to have this conversation with one of my it's this man, please forgive me, Lord. I'm about to say some nasty shit, but
Go ahead.
it's
Just
this
say
show
it.
on
Just say
Tubi,
it.
right? It's the show on Tubi called The Dirty D, right? And it's the typical Detroit, drama series, drugs, murder, sex, and all that. But the women in this thing is like, I don't know where they found these women at, because they extra special. And I was having this conversation with my friend. I was like, "There's no way I could be an actor and be acting these sex scenes out with these women, because I'm gonna want to try it for real life. It's
They
no
too
way."
fine. They too
And
fine. They like you. Like
man,
wait a minute.
listen to me. I'm like, man, all of them got to get it. Nobody's getting left behind. So, but for me to be able to say that, a lot of people gonna look at me like, nigga, you nasty as hell. Like, hey, but it is, I'm just being honest. I think a lot of men will really be in that space, but they're afraid of losing they made or losing what they built and all that. It's a lot of fear
Oh.
behind being honest like that. So,
Okay.
you
Well,
know,
thank you. Thank you. Thank you. There's a lot of fear in being honest. So the men aren't ready to come talk about poly with their woman close by with nothing like where they have to be on the spot or
yeah,
be
it's gonna expose
known
them.
exposed. Okay. So we have 50 women, 7 men. I put the link at the top. It is pinned to the top of this. Please come. I put the discount link, discount code. The code is called cheapskate. Come to my event for the cheapskate discount. Use the link that is pinned to the top. I am going to be unfolding the exact vision of where the panarchy is headed, where we're headed with our relationships, how we're going to do away with baby mamas and baby daddies, how we're going to do away with Western marriage in that format of ownership, how we're going to do away with people not being supported, how we're going to do away with emotionally unintelligent men and women. We're done with it. We have the cheat codes. We have all the pieces that we need to upgrade our entire culture. And y'all know everybody follows us. Like when I say us,
Oh yeah, absolutely,
the whole
absolutely.
world follows African American culture. So
They waiting on us.
why wouldn't we set the tone for this next coming culture? We have the tools. We
Yeah,
have the Constitution. We have the Creed. So if you come to my debate, which is a town hall event, you will see the rollout of that and you'll have a recording of it. I
yeah,
tell people occur to get the recording and then charge people $10 a piece to get in your house and watch it.
yeah.
This is like
Like
you bought the fight.
they can have an open conversation about it. Absolutely. I think they could be a great, friends and family even. You know what I'm saying? Get together and have
Yeah,
watch this debate like we watching a fight, and they can
that's
have
right.
real conversations about it. But again, many people are behind their mask. They not ready to be exposed. So it take a person that's ready to be able to have these type of conversations. So, but
Okay.
we'll be there for them. You know what I'm saying? When they ready, we're gonna be here for them. But I got a couple questions because we got a few more minutes left. You
Okay,
good?
great.
Are
Yes,
you down
I
to a
like the question.
zero?
I'm down to a zero mostly. Yep,
All right.
I'm at about a 0.25.
All
I'm
right.
just
So let's so all right. So when we think about jealousy, right? When you
Mhm.
when you recognize that somebody may be jealous, showing jealous tendencies, how we deal with that as information versus how we deal with that type of jealousy as conditioning, where it's like we've been taught that if your
Mhm.
person go be with another person, they don't love you, they don't care about you because it's programming that
Yeah,
we've been given.
a lot of people are scared of jealousy, and we are conditioned to be afraid of our emotions. Let me repeat that. We're conditioned to be afraid of our emotions. Like we're conditioned to be afraid of our sexuality. We're conditioned to be afraid of our anger. We're conditioned to be afraid of our jealousy. But jealousy is nothing but information. And I learned that. Once I learned that, I was not scared. I'm still jealous all the time to this day. I'm jealous that this weekend my husband may be at his girlfriend's house for the freeze. I'm home alone. That's not fair. I want my husband at home with me. That's jealousy. It's information. What is that telling me? Computer processing. Kenya is deciding whether she wants to live alone or not.
That's your choice.
That's my choice. I don't have to live alone.
Right.
I chose to live alone.
Right.
See, that's information. So now whatever I'm feeling jealous about, I can look at it and say, what am I learning? Do I want this? Jealousy often tells me I want something that I haven't manifested yet. Why am I on the phone or watching a movie and shit instead of over there manifesting this? Jealousy is information. Anger is information. Sadness is information. What do I want? What do I need? What do I no longer want? What do I no longer need? What's wrong with having an emotion? Jealousy is nothing to fear. Poly people are jealous every day. And
Absolutely.
we are emotionally intelligent enough to hold space, right?
You got to deal with it. If you want freedom, freedom ain't free. You have to go through the process of dealing with that shit so that it's not a bother to you. So you're not, the less you can be in your feelings, the better you can show up and be present, not just for your partners, but for yourself, for your children, for everybody that's in your life.
Yes.
And it's like the more less detached you come, the better off you will be, in my opinion. And detachment don't mean not caring.
Yeah.
It's just the point of understanding that we're here to live full lives and that, we don't own each other. You know what I'm saying? And love is like unconditional in many ways. So you can have that love for a person and be happy for that person. Be happy that that person is happy, whether they're with you or not with you.
Yeah. Jealousy is a wonderful teacher. All emotions are. I tell people to have jealousy orgasms, anger orgasms. I've been teaching anger and jealousy orgasms since I was in 2008.
You got to tell us about that.
Oh, it's for women. I don't
you
know.
got to tell us about that right now.
But yeah, having an anger orgasm, having a sadness orgasm, these are all very vital, vital pieces to becoming 51 and looking like me. No, I'm just playing. To really actually processing your life and having the things you want in your life, you have to embrace what you are. You have emotion. Thank you.
One more question.
Baby, you are doing so good. I love this.
Yes, one more question.
Okay.
All right. Why honesty? We talked about polyamory being a mirror. Well, why honesty and structure matter more than freedom alone?
I would even take off the word honesty because I think there's a difference between honesty and authenticity. I'm not honest with anybody. I don't owe anybody honesty. Honesty feels like, what did you do with your genitals last night? Like, tell me the truth. Like, none of your fucking business. Who do I owe an answer to and why? Now, I would like to be authentic with that person and say, authentically, that's my business. And I feel like you asking me all about my business, I don't feel safe sharing that with you. If we develop a deeper relationship, if I know that you have some emotional intelligence, can hold space, I will be happy to open up to you. That's an authentic answer.
That's a great answer.
But what I did with my genitals, be honest, be honest, be honest. I don't even believe in that. And I teach women how to get men out of that bad habit.
Yeah, I don't ask no questions I don't want to know the answer to. Because at the end of the day, somebody was in that pussy before I got there 9 times out of 10. So all of that information right there, as long as you show up to me clean, ready, willing, and able, we good. You know what I'm saying?
That's lovely. Oh, I forgot to share this on Facebook. Okay. So yeah, I'm excited to answer those questions. And what you're saying is, I'm sorry, I got distracted because I didn't put that on Facebook. Go ahead, finish up.
Oh, I was just saying, that being in that space, having that type of authenticity like I agree with you when you say about honesty, because sometimes you can withhold information and save from some shit blowing up and turning it into a catastrophe. You know, because
Mm.
some people not ready to receive that answer. You know, they'll
Mm.
come with a smiley face, and then as soon as you give them the answer, they turn into a fucking a joker. So
Right. And it's
it's
not
about that
safe.
trust. Yes, it's not a
Yep.
safe place for me to tell you you ain't ready to receive that answer. So I'm not about to, let's shut that down. Let's focus on something else. You know what
Right.
I'm
And
saying?
even if your partner says, well, why? Why can't you tell me? And you can say, because I don't feel safe.
Hmm.
Sometimes when I share information with you, you're not able to hear me without exploding. Like you really got to explain to them because they go unconscious when they get in their animal with you.
Hmm.
They don't even remember that they saw red and went in their animal with you. They don't even recall.
Yes,
And so now the
I've been there.
conversation, but when you're authentic, that conversation comes to something real. Now y'all can talk about that
Hmm.
instead of them trying to get some honesty and you owe me the answer. You owe me. Nobody owes you honesty. You didn't ask me how many turds I put in that pot today. You didn't ask me if I'm on my cycle. You didn't ask me what my bills were.
Hmm. Right.
But you want to know how many men I've been with.
Yeah.
Let's start with something else, baby. And then I would answer that authentically. I wouldn't get upset. I would just say, authentically, I just feel like you even asked me that question. It makes me feel like you're weak
Yeah.
and immature. So it's hard for me to answer that and have a conversation about that because it feels like it's beneath me.
I agree.
Just
Um,
authentic, not honest. You don't owe
yeah.
anybody your honesty, y'all.
Cause that's just like if somebody come in your house and they get ready, they got a gun in your head. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna sit up here and tell you, something that could cost me my life. To be honest with you, fuck no, I'm gonna lie.
Right.
I'm not about to. Now I know that's
It's,
as far as stretch,
yes,
but there's certain situations where you don't have to get into that information. Like you
right.
don't, because you already know 9 times out of 10 it can escalate into something that you're
Yeah.
not trying to deal with at that particular time.
Hopefully we can stop calling men liars because all humans are about self-preservation. All humans are about self-preservation. They're never going to um they're never going, I'm sorry, my TikTok live ended. They're never going to do something or say something that doesn't preserve self. Period. Does that make sense?
Makes sense
I mean, I think
to
women
me.
think that it's just men. It's women too. That's why you started the hour by saying they lied. Oh, damn, we only want one man. Self preservation.
Yeah.
We don't get horny. We don't look at other men. Self preservation.
Right. Right. They don't want to tell you because they scared. You might slap them or do something crazy to them if they be honest with you.
Right.
So it works on both sides. You know what I'm saying? It
Thank
works on
you.
both sides. Yeah.
Occurred. This has been so fun. You did it. You soothed my ego. I'm down. My animal is purring like a kitten. You asked
Ooh,
me so many great questions.
I love to hear you purr. Yes. Hey man, we got to get these people something to talk about, man. We got to let them know, man. There's more to life, and this is no slap against people that's in happily one-on-one relationships. We commend that. We support that. We're
Yes.
not here to bash you. We're here to
No.
support you. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? There
Yep.
might be a time in your relationship where that might change. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But if it doesn't, all the best to you. Like we ain't on that vibe. So for the people that might be in these type of relationships, this for the poly folks over here. If you ain't poly or you ain't thinking about it, we don't really care to hear from you because your opinions don't matter in our world. You know what I'm saying? We'll listen to them, take heed, but at the end of the day, we got something over here that we working towards and to build better harmonious relationships across the board.
Yes. Thank
So
you so much. Yes, we've seen it, we've lived it, and you all are all welcome to please attend our we have a website. First of all, you can visit us at progressiveloveacademy.com. If you are in a couple and you want to work on your relationship, come over here. I have the Divorce Proof Club. We start on Valentine's Day, February the 12th. If you want one-on-one coaching with me, of course, visit progressiveloveacademy.com. Also, you can find a wonderful discount ticket at the Polyskeptics Debate. That is pinned to the top of this YouTube live. Thank you all so much. And please be aware that we have just finished episode 4, and we've realized that we want freedom-based polyamory. And that's what I'll be talking about, how to put that into your community, into your life. That's what we'll be talking about at the debate. We love you all so much. Thanks for joining us. Occur.
Thank you, love. Thank you all for joining. Man,
awesome.
Share this video. Go back and watch the other episodes. Have these discussions. And man, let's build better relationships. 2026 and beyond.
Thank you. Bye, everybody. Good night.
Good night.
Love you. Occur.
Yes,
you gotta
ma'am.
come visit me. When are you coming back?
We need to make a time. I know I can't leave for the next probably 3 weeks.
Okay. I'm going out of the country soon. It'll have to be in the summer. I gotta go. And then my dog is getting
Unless
pregnant.
I come over there and see. Yeah. I need to come over. Where are you gonna be? In Thailand?
I think I have no idea because of the instability of South America.
Let's work it out.
I'll let you know. Call me.
I just signed up for this travel business too. So let's talk for sure.